Hi. So in this video we are going to see the step response and impulse response of any second order or first order system using LabVIEW software. So for that we will take initially we will take a control and simulation block. So there we have a control design block that you take. Then you take model construction block. There we have a CD construction of a transfer function. So that block we will take first. Then we will take one more block. The second block is called draw the transfer function equation. So that is a second block. So here in this block we will get the equation. To see the response, we have the time response palette. So there we have two responses. The first one is step response and the second one is the impulse response. So these four blocks is enough to draw the step response and impulse response graph. So here we will connect these four blocks first. So let us first take the block SISO block. There we have if you see the help menu, there we have the numerator and the denominator. That numerator is nothing but a polynomial and the denominator is also a polynomial, so we need to connect. So here you right click and we create a indicator control, sorry, create control. So that is nothing but a array value. It is a numerator. In the same manner you can connect the denominator, that is the denominator. So these two are the polynomial values. Now the second block is nothing. So we can give randomly to random numbers to the numerator denominator. Now connect the output of SISO block to the that is called a transfer function equation, CD transfer function equation. So this the output of this block is nothing but a equation. So you create indicator. So this is nothing but a equation having some numerator and a denominator, right? Now we need to connect we need to see the step response of any system, that particular transfer function equation. Directly you connect a step response block to the transfer function. So then we have right. So similarly you can connect the impulse response block to the same transfer function. You can connect it directly, right? Okay. Now to see the responses, step response and impulse response, we need to connect the graph. So the step response block we need to connect the indicator. We are connecting the indicator, so that is nothing but a graph. So here again the same manner we can connect the graph to the impulse response block. So now almost the diagram is over. Now coming into the front panel, where we have all the components, we will see the output of step response and impulse response, which will be available in the graph. Coming into the front panel, let us go into the front panel. So this is the front panel model. So if you see the elements of the front panel, we have the numerator, denominator, equation, step response and impulse response. So we will give the numbers to the numerator and denominator. Then we will let us see what is the output, right? So initially for the numerator, initially we will run this program first. Then we will give the numbers to the numerator. Let us take this will take the value 25, right? So the denominator, randomly I'm giving the numbers. Let us see 25. Then we have 5, then we have the 1. So therefore for this numerator and the denominator value, we have the transfer function equation as 25 divided by s square plus 5s plus 25. For this equation we have the step response as like this. So the graph shows the step response plot, and similarly for the same equation we have the impulse response. If we change the values randomly, see the I'm changing the value randomly, so correspondingly the graph is also getting changed. So in this way we can plot a step response and impulse response of any system, any control system. Thank you.